Hi there and welcome back to Explain Factor. Today a little tutorial lesson, a second lesson on how to use a aviation computer with the CRP1 Computer Pulleys Aviation Computer. I'm going to use the side where we calculate winds and ground speed and wind and drift. And because I have this computer, I only have a blank window on which I can write things. I don't have the wind scale here that some people have, although I made myself one homemade, but we're not going to use it for now. And I'm going to try and simply answer this ATPL navigation question, which states we've got a true airspeed of 290 knots, a true heading of 171 degrees, and wind velocity from the 310, 30 knots, and we want the drift angle and the ground speed. Now, first thing to do is true airspeed 290, so you need to put 290 from the scale, 205, 6, 7, 8, 9, here on the center dot. Center dot, put 290 knots. This is the scale of speeds from up to down. On the left and right you have the drift angles, but we'll see this just later. I'm using the side high. I could have been using the side low speeds. This is just the scale of speeds from 40 to 150 knots. We have to use this side to have 290 knots up to 850 knots. I'll just put it back to 290 knots. There we are. 290 knots. The true heading is 171, so what you need to do is turn this here for the index to be in front of 171. That's the case. And now what you can do is you have 30 degrees knots, so you can write the wind either on top or on the bottom. I just do it beneath the dot and I count 1, 2, 3, and I put a mark here. 30 knots below our speed. Now the wind comes from the 310 degrees, so I have to turn this to 310. 310. And now this dot is somewhere to the left or to the right, which gives me the drift. It's almost on the 5 here, perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, perhaps, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's between 4 and 5, so I'm going to say 4 to 5 degrees drift. Now is it to the left or the right? Now the dot is to the right, but because I never really know this, I always double check. Quite simply, the heading is 171. So you're heading there to 171 degrees, and the wind is coming from 310. So if you fly in this direction and wind is coming there, your drift is going to be to the left. So we're drifting 4 to 5 degrees to the left. Now we only have 4, so it must be 4 to the left. It's either the first or the second possibility. For the speed, we can now directly read the speed of the wind. No, that's not the speed of the wind, sorry, it's the ground speed. The ground speed is 310, 20, between 10 and 20, I would say 15, 315 knots. Now we have offered 4 left 310, 4 left 314, I would say 314. This is correct. So we have drift 4 left and a ground speed of 314. Now if you use the other little method, if you have this little scale, and I made one for this purpose. First of all, I'm on the high side, so I'll need to read on the scale of H high here. What I do is I pinpoint the center here. Actually, I shouldn't leave the, when I should leave the heading 171. Okay, heading 171. The speed was, what was the speed? 290. I've moved from that. 290. There we are, 290. Heading 171. And if you use this, what you need to do, H is high, corresponds to this scale. You need to put the other end into the wind direction, which is 310. So it's here. So the wind comes from the 310. And how many knots is it? It's 30 knots. This scale is 1, 2, 3, 30. So we arrive here. I'm gonna mark this. Okay. This is where you get, which is about 310. Yeah, alright, should have been a little higher, 314. And it's about 4 degrees left. So this works, okay. My thing here is not precise enough to work properly, but if you've got one commercial one you bought, it's going to be precise enough for you to do the calculations. And there we have answered the question properly. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and good luck with your revisions.